In a lot of the creepy girl stories here, the girl is commonly unattractive to begin with. Have you ever been creeped out by a girl that you initially found physically attractive? What happened? When I was 16, I was in intensive outpatient treatment for an eating disorder. Smoking hot girl was clearly into me. After a while of making it extremely obvious, one day she took me into the back stairwell and we made out. She then told me she was 21. Weird she was into me knowing my age, but okay. We stole a blanket from the place and after we got out, walked around some nearby park areas and just sat and talked and laid with each other and made out some more. It was actually really. I'd given her my cell number and she immediately started texting and calling me non-stop. This went on for 2 days, day and night. I'm freaked out and trying to gently cool it. The counselors brought me in for an emergency meeting the next day and explained she's extremely troubled. Shocker, I know, and this has happened before with other patients over the course of years. She'd been in and out patient for several years on and off, well known to the staff. I stop answering texts and calls. They are keeping her separated from me during the day and having me leave early. Saturday morning my mom knocks on my door at like 6 AM saying, "Hey, there's someone named Amy calling for you." She knew my last name and I guess I had mentioned my hometown clinic was in the nearest city at some point. I asked her how she got my home number and she said she called a bunch of listings with my last name asking for me until she actually got the right one. I don't even know how she got listings of numbers in my town. She asked to come to where I live so she could see my bedroom and meet my mom and just kept going on and on manically. I eventually got her off the phone and explained everything to my mom. We got a hold of the place and let the counselors know and they said they would keep us separated and deal with her, and basically told me to just completely ignore her. When I went back that Monday, she wasn't there but was staking out the entrance because when I left, she appeared a block down the road and was screaming about how much she loved me and we were meant to get married and have babies and how I betrayed her etc etc. I just apologized and kept walking until I got to my train station, then called the clinic and told them what happened. Never saw her again. This all happened in a period of 1 week. Damn, she was hot though. Not so much creepy as, well, you'll see. Organized a blind date off Craigslist several years ago just for fun. Date went really well. She was really attractive. We got on really well. She was completely new to the city, didn't know anyone and had moved for work. Afterwards started texting. She then started calling me by someone else's name, insisting I was this other person. Things got even weirder. She would say some strange, completely incongruent stuff. Properly paranoid stuff that I've only seen in a couple of people I've known. I started to think she was legitimately schizophrenic. I was a little scared of some of the stuff she was saying, but also worried because she had no support in this new city. It was pretty hard to judge by text and email, but I think once she became lucid again, she freaked out a bit and never wanted to speak to me again. I told her if she needed support, here's my phone number, my email address, etc. because I knew she didn't have anyone to rely on here, and I know how difficult mental health stuff is because of my own problems. But at the same time I was half hoping that she wouldn't contact me. It was an intense couple of weeks anyway, and I never heard from her again. I dated a Korean girl. We got along because we shared a lot of interests, but it didn't work out because I don't treat her like the men in her culture do. I'm Chinese Vietnamese and I'm not trying malign Korean men out there at all, but she tells me that I should take charge more in the sense that she wanted to be ordered around to do stuff like cooking, chores, etc. rather than split them down so not all the work is on her. She got angry at me because she hated the fact that I was trying to emotionally connect to her and worried about her emotionally as she was going through a stressful time, and snapped when I asked are you alright and offered to be a shoulder, get her anything, do anything for her that would comfort her. She called me annoying and told me that the guys in her culture never do things like this. At that point I'm confused and called everything off. Edit. More stuff. She would always have on a face of makeup. I mean 24/7. She would take a lot of time to get ready for bed because she would be doing her makeup for bed. Okay, Sure, then I had to leave to work early because she needed to take off her makeup and never wanted me to see her without makeup. She would get really angry with me when I tell her that it's okay, and while I appreciated trying to look good for me, I also don't care if she didn't have on makeup because I liked her for her. She wasn't having none of that and would always kick me out.